you're still waiting that your dreams come true, or the things you actually wanted didn't work out, and all the things you heard about lucky girl syndrome were more passive, then I promise you I will give you the right recipe to do it actively and to be a lucky girl yourself, even if you're a male, doesn't matter. This is going to change the perspective of lucky girl syndrome itself. If you are watching this video and after 30 days it didn't work out, then you can come back to the comment section and write down, Kat, everything you told me didn't work out and you have to change your strategy or whatever. I'm always willing to learn, but I promise you it will work out. Hi, my name is Kat and welcome back to my channel. This time I'm talking about lucky girl syndrome. What is lucky girl syndrome? Lucky girl syndrome is the same like manifestation, I would say, more positively or with more positive affirmations and a positive state of mind. It's a general mindset, but I would say it's a lifestyle. I always had the feeling that this lucky girl syndrome was something that was very distant and very passive, but it's not passive, it's active. And I will give you a short list of things that those other people always talked about. So this is a shortcut, and then I will give you the new perspective about lucky girl syndrome. And the first things are being delusional. Whatever you put in your mind is going to happen no matter what. It's like the quote of Kanye West, I feel like I can do everything. That means even if you are too short to be a basketball player, you are going to be a basketball player because you feel like it. Or you put it in your mind and you are like, if I put this in my mind, then it's going to happen. Because I positively and directly believe that it's going to happen. And then there is a whole structure of creating a vision board and then affirmations and scripting. Last but not least, visualizing. So visualizing itself means that you put an image of yourself or a situation in your mind that is creating your dream reality. For example, if you ever wished for an iPad, then you are imagining yourself how you're playing with an iPad. Those are the main parts and the shortcut of lucky girl syndrome and thinking positive. And this is the whole package we all know and we all accept it. And for me, the problem was that I always had the feeling that if you have this whole package, you made your vision board, you had your affirmations, you did all the stuff, then you're just sitting there watching around and doing nothing. And for me, it's hard for me to believe that my dreams are coming true when I do nothing. And for some people, it's possible, but I guess for most of us, it's not possible logically to believe that something is going to happen if you don't do anything. So therefore, the first actual step for you for the lucky girl syndrome, and I'm going to explain why I have these thoughts or why I have this realization of the lucky girl syndrome itself. I explain it later, but the first actual step is your I am. Your first and central I am is the most important, because I realized when I thought about this whole lucky girl syndrome thing, then I was always like, okay, this never happened to me, or I'm getting my manifestations, but I don't have the feeling that I'm in this bubbly phase of, okay, now everything is coming to me and everything is fine, and but when I was in high school, I used the lucky girl syndrome itself subconsciously. I mean, when I had my chemotherapies and all those big surgeries, and I was just like 32 kilogram. I was very thin, and many people thought I was bulimic in my school. And when I went to school, I was the happiest girl on this whole planet. You don't believe me. I was so happy because I had the chance to prove all my teachers wrong who told me that I was stupid and that I didn't deserve any good grade. I mean, my past teachers, not the teachers in my new high school, the past teachers. And they didn't believe in me, but I took the chance to put all my energy and all my happiness and positivity into this new school and put this one thing in my mind. I had this one thing in my mind that I'm the best student in this grade and in my class. And you will see I was right, because I subconsciously, this was my I am. Once my teacher told me, you don't deserve an A, you are just getting like a C plus. I thought, no, no, I always deserve an A. And I don't want to sound like a nerd, but whenever I put this I am in my mind, everything just worked out. I got straight A's. I never had that much grades in my life. And this is the first thing, to know your I am. Whatever goes into your mind, whatever goals you have, whatever things, you have to prioritize one thing, and subconsciously you know in yourself that there is one thing that you really believe in and that you really want, and that's this one thing, and you have to stay true to this one thing. Being delusional is the second one, because I said it's just a shortcut, but there is a whole book about the magic of thinking big. It's the book is called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. The book is about being delusional. What you believe in, that is going to happen. And whatever happened, I was delusional, I was dedicated, and I wasn't obsessed, but I knew that I deserve it, and therefore I did the things that I needed to do to achieve this one goal. Right. So you have to be delusional. I give you an exercise, and it's about creating a list about nothing is impossible. And you are going to look at this list every day. And even if you don't believe yourself, someday you will. Believe me. I knew when I'm going into a room and I have this mind of I am the smartest girl in this class, in this grade, then the first impressions are very important. They always count. I thought to myself, if I'm watching those teachers, if I'm looking at them, then I know if everybody in the room is quiet and I'm raising my hand every single time, they will notice that I'm there. Even if everything I say is wrong, I mean, I'm there, and they will notice me, and they will say to other teachers, do you know this girl who's very confident and who's just trying to be there and to continue to let me continue the lesson? That's how you need to think. That you need to understand that you are the one who should not disappoint you. So, I mean, really, if you want something, if you want to model, if you want to be the best student whatsoever, if you want to do anything, start with the I am, and then start with the first impressions. And I don't just mean the first impressions of other people, I mean the first impressions for yourself. You have to prove to yourself that you mean what you are telling yourself, I mean, if you're telling yourself I'm the greatest model, then you have to do something for it. I mean, you can take a piece of paper and pen, like I always say, and then just write down, how does my model me look like? How does she dress like? How does whatever? I didn't even do that, but if it helps, then you can just try it out so you can have an image of yourself, how you really are going to achieve this goal. The first impressions for you are to look at that it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. You need to start and you need to be consistent. So, what helped me for this step was when I asked myself, how do I want other people to perceive me, to see me, to realize, to notice me? How committed am I to my first steps? And is there someone I can look up to? Subconsciously, I knew I had to be confident to pursue my dreams. And I think for everything you're doing, it is very important to stay confident in whatever you say. And being confident actually means staying true to yourself and your beliefs. And that means, I can give you an example again. So, my math teacher, I really liked him. He was a very, very nice guy. And every student just took advantage of him and him being nice. And they just disturbed the class, the math class, and they just insulted him and did all this bad and negative stuff and even disturbed the students who wanted to learn. And then every time after class, I went to him and I said, hey, Mr., you know, why aren't you doing something against it? Why aren't you screaming at those children? Why aren't you taking action? And then he was like, he looked at me and he was just like, why should I change me because of other people? Why should I change being nice because of other people treating me bad? And I was speechless. I didn't say anything after that, and I thought about it a lot, and it taught me so many things because his confidence proved that no matter what, he's not changing his standard, he's not changing himself for other people, and that's confidence, that's staying true to yourself. And my staying true to myself was that I had the worst, really the worst style ever, and I put on so many different kind of stuff, and I was so confident. I was just like this, and I walked past the streets and I didn't care about it. And one thing about me also was when in class, when I asked a question and I raised my hand, my heart started to beat so fast. It was racing. I was so afraid. Every single time I put my hand up, my arm up, I didn't know what to do because I thought to myself, oh no, I have the feeling that my heart is bumping out of my chest because I can't stand this racing anymore. And I had the feeling that I'm going to die, or that I couldn't breathe anymore. But every time this anxiety or this fear, when I had to face it, it became less and less and less. And for you, it's the same. That's confidence, to put yourself out there and to pursue your dreams no matter what. This is my most favorite point because nowadays it's not that easy for me, and I ask myself why, but it's about thinking positive. And thinking positive helped me to stay in a bubble of life that you can't imagine, because I was so happy whenever I could go to school, whenever I could go home, whenever I could do anything, I was happy. I was not expecting anything. Being positive in certain situations helped me the most, because you have to think of me being stressed, for example, because of an exam or whatever, and then I had always this mindset of I have all those opportunities in my life and options, because life is complex, and that shows us that life has so many ways. Life is not just going in one direction, life is going in so many other directions. That means I don't need to do what the teacher says on this date, or I don't need to do that or that, or if I don't have a glue stick, then I use something else. It's not like I'm forcing myself to use this kind of pen, and if it's not this kind of pen, then I'm not stressing about it, because nothing has to be perfect. I'm just going near perfect, but I don't have to be perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. And that helped me the most. That actually helped me to be a lucky girl, because I realized perfection is a lie. Nobody who you are looking at someone and you're thinking this is the most perfect person. No, we are all the same, and you have to understand that. Hi, it's me again. I forgot to put 3 important parts into this video, so this is a short retake. I'm talking about those points in another video in more detail. The first one is toxic positivity. Most people think that the lucky girl syndrome equals toxic positivity. That means you have to be happy all the time, and if you're not happy, then if something bad is happening to you, it's your fault. So you have a toxic relationship with your own happiness or being happy, and that's a misconception, because I believe if something wrong is happening to you, it's not your fault, and it's always about how you control your own emotions, and if something is happening to you, how long you're reacting to them. So if something bad is happening to you, it's normal to react and to be depressed and angry and sad and all those negative emotions, but it's always about how long do you react. So don't put those things in the same shoe, because it's not the same. Toxic positivity and the lucky girl syndrome are not the same. And if something bad is happening to you, then I believe it should be happening to you, because you have to learn something out of it. And that's the other topic. The other topic is see failures as blessings. That means I once heard from a girl that she talked about failures as something very, very good, and she's very thankful for all her failures, because that proves to her that she is on the right way and she's trying, and that failure is always a lesson. When you are making a mistake, then you have to be grateful for this mistake, because you are coming closer to the goal, to your main goal. And you're looking at failures as something that is required or needed to move on. So if you are making a mistake, look at this particular mistake, and then ask yourself, what went wrong? What do I have to do next? Why did this mistake happen, and how can I improve it? So you are getting better and better and better, like lessons or teaching yourself how to move on. And the last step is think it's easy. I give my sister for an example. My sister always says, I can do this, or this is too difficult for me. And I'm the opposite, because I always say, oh, this is so easy, I can do it. Or as an example, YouTube, I didn't know anything, but I just tried, had my failures, had my lessons, read books, and then I gained so many subscribers and so many likes, and people commented, and I was just like, I read a woman said that she tried YouTube for 9 months, but she had no views or subscribers or anything, and I said to myself, even in school, whatever I do, it's easy and it's fun. And even if I'm lying to myself, it it's working. And I think you should try it too. Think no matter what you do or what you try, it's easy. And then you will make it easy in your head and the structures. Just try it out. This was just a shortcut, but I'm creating another video about failures and your mindset and other things to be successful. This is just a little side retake, so I don't forget this for the lucky girl syndrome. It's also very important for you to understand that nobody is better than you and you're not better than anybody. If you gossip about other people and you're jealous, then you're always in a state of being a victim. So many people were jealous of me because I wanted to be the best in my class and grade, and I always concentrated on my goal, on the process. I felt in love with the process, and you should also fall in love with the process and the journey and not the main goal. All those people who are jealous of me, they just saw me as an individual and as a problem. And you can't fix someone, so they can't fix me, they can't fix the situation somehow with me as a person. Jealous people and people who are gossiping, they are giving away their energy. People who are in fights, who are living in the past, they are all people who are giving away their energy, their positive energy and their spare energy. And this is so important, and I never hear it from anyone. I did not care about those people. I didn't think about those people. I was not involved in anything. I was not involved in fights. I was not involved in their business. I was not jealous of anyone because I was the one who was just in my little bubble dreaming of my life, my best possible life, and being the best version of myself. And I really don't see a point in being jealous. And till this day, when I'm jealous, I am just jealous of the process the people are taking or the relationship they are having with God, and in a positive way to change myself, not to change the people, you know? And you have to understand it's taking away your energy. And I did not want to be part of people who are gossiping about others and I'm just listening to it from the side, or people who are fighting constantly. I'm just keeping my distance and pursuing my dreams. And you should do it too. The other way around, that's the other point. I created so much goodwill for other people, and goodwill is to give people value. That means if you are helping someone without expecting anything from that person, you're creating goodwill. No matter what, goodwill is always good for you because, for example, when I helped other people before the math exams, I realized that all this me helping other people and preparing them for the exam helped me to get better grades because I helped other people. And when I spent the time explaining it to them, then I had to think about it again and to simplify it for my brain because I had to break it down so they can understand it. And it's like giving and getting, and giving more and getting more. But it's giving more and not thinking about giving more, but getting more anyways. So if you are helping other people, if you are giving goodwill to other people, you will get it back. And that's very important to be a lucky girl, because you can only be the luckiest girl alive if you are helping other people. I guess this is probably the most important part. And I have another video called How to Detach from Other People and Situations. That will explain it a lot more. The whole point of detachment is that you think whatever you put in your mind that you don't need it, it would be nice if you can get it, but you don't need it. So you are not desperately waiting for the thing to actually happen. Because again, when I had my high school phase and before I got my exam results, I always was like, what if it's not a good grade, or what, blah blah blah. And then I just didn't think about it anymore, and I was just like, whatever I will get it, and then I have to accept it. I can't change it. And when I was in another class, I got a bad grade, and another girl who always gets good grades also got a bad grade, and she started to cry. And I was so thankful that I was not attached to the things that could potentially happen to me or happened to me in this moment because I didn't cry. I just thought to myself, I can solve this problem. I can solve this problem in some kind of way. Maybe I won't find a solution today, but someday I will find a solution. I know this will sound crazy, but it helped me. When I put my positive thoughts in something I could consume, drink, or eat, then it helped me to really feel more safe to achieve what I had in my mind. Whenever I drank, for example, water, I put these positive things into the water and said to myself, when I'm drinking this water, then I will be powerful, more energetic, more enthusiastic. It can be food, it can be your favorite snack or a healthy snack. It's more important to be a healthy snack and or water or something healthy to drink, because it helps more if it's always the same thing. It's something called the placebo effect. It works more if it's not from you. Like, for example, if a doctor gives you a sugar pill and tells you that you are going to be healthy if you take this one sugar pill, but you don't know that it's a sugar pill, and then you take it and you think everything is fine until you are healthy again and the doctor tells you it was a sugar pill. Or probably the doctor isn't going to tell you that it was a sugar pill, because then you can put your mind on things, but it's more about you thinking that something can help you to have a positive outcome, like being healthy. But for this example, it's more like you are believing yourself that you put your positive thoughts or your positive energy in something to consume, and then you're taking it and you are feeling more energetic. And I did this myself, and I felt so powerful. I always had this feeling that I could concentrate more. I could work for hours without a break, and that my results were always great. And I was right. For the end of my video, I want to talk about the word dunya, and it's an Arabic word, and we use it for, I cannot give an explanation. It's more like describing that this world, dunya, is not worth worrying about, fearing about, or having any negative emotions. And I explained this in my first video, but I think it's very, very important to always remember it, that no matter what you do, it should never affect how you feel. And how you feel is so important. And when I was this lucky girl, I implemented this thought of, no matter what happens, the worst thing that could happen is death. That's it. If I'm going to die, then it's over. there's nothing more to worry about. So if I'm like in prison or if I get a bad grade, who cares? If I'm dead, I'm dead. So it helped me to have this connection to death, so I could realize life is not that stressful. Life is not a reason to be depressed. And the lucky girl syndrome works without being happy all the time. So if the worst thing is death and we have no reassurance for this dunya, then why shouldn't we be the ones who fulfill their whole potential? Because after my journey, I realized that the one thing for your own happiness is to fulfill your whole potential. And I guess God wants us to be happy, and happiness also equals to fulfill your whole potential. And that means to go after your dreams and your desires, because God does not put something in your mind and heart that is not valid. There is nothing in your heart or in your vision that is not possible to be real or reality or to happen for you. Because why should God put something in your mind that is not happening for you? Doesn't make sense for me. This channel is also for you to be the best version of yourself, or the luckiest girl or boy, and to pursue your dreams no matter what. So it's success, manifestation, and if you don't want to change your life, you can watch those videos, but always have in your mind, I'm not the one who's taking your hand and saying, we are going now and you have to change your life. I'm there to tell you that you have to start and you have to do all those things, and you can do those things to have your dream life, but you are the one who has to stand up and to go into this direction, to do the stuff and to believe in it. This is the end of my video, and I am so grateful for all of you guys, because when I said that detachment is so important, I was right, because I just closed my phone and did not watch on YouTube, and I thought God is doing his thing, and I just let it go. I did my work, and I just saw that so many of you followed me, and I pray for you, and I am so grateful and thankful that you are supporting me with your comments and with that you are subscribing to me. And I hope that everything I post is valuable, and if something is not right, you can comment it in the comment section, and I am reading everything, and I hope that I could help you, and I wish you a nice and beautiful day, and don't forget to start. Goodbye.